So social media ban. They table it. Cabinet rejects it. They then say they haven't taken it to cabinet. They then say,
You mean the VPN ban?
well, no, the overall proposal that they bought.
Yes, yeah.
Apparently, they told the media, no, that's a couple of weeks away. But cabinet outright rejected it. They then approached Labor on it. One of the features is a VPN ban. They then denied that one of the features is a VPN ban because David and Winston both come out and say they will absolutely not support the VPN ban.
Yeah.
So what's happening, mate? Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Snip, snap, Michael Scott.
What's happening with Erica, mate? She's
well. I'll go have a word with Erica, but I suspect this is just my reckonings. I suspect the VPN story was a made up story. This is my internal suspicions. I'm not.
What do you mean?
I just mean that it was. I don't think it was a non-story. I think it was a rumor that someone made up or someone heard. And I'm not saying this to say, I'm putting it past the government to not do this. I'm sure they would have thought about it. Yeah. But the way the story came out and the people that brought it out and the way it all happened, it just felt like someone was making up a story for attention.
I don't think it's a fake story. I think it's a leaked story. I definitely think VPN ban was part of the package.
Really?
I think there was a conversation about it.
Yeah,
there was a conversation about it because Select Committee talked about it as well.
But it didn't go to cabinet.
No, that's where the confusion is.
Yeah,
apparently it did go to cabinet.
But Erica Stanford is adamant, or she was in an interview with
and it's
ZB, that it hadn't.
Crazy for a politician lied, eh?
I know. Well, this is where I'm keen to see how the story develops if it does.
I think there's proof that there was some form of the discussion that went to cabinet officially. It was back. It was knocked back by Acton and First. They then approached Labor. Because this briefing document that got circulated.
Okay. Well, anyhow, the coalition partners have said no to the social media anyway.
But it's been made a story, which I think, to your point, is very true.
Yeah.
So now do they go to Labor? Do National?
Well, they have gone to Labor. Yeah.
Gone across.
Right, but do Labor actually?
Yeah.
Well, Chris Hipkins was asked about it by Heather Duplessis-Allen yesterday, and he basically said, "Look, he was very vague about it, which." Fair enough, as he tends to be about everything. But he said, oh, look, we're open to discussing something about a social media ban. We recognize the harms. Well, he said we'll support something to Select Committee, as in we'll support something up to the point where the public can discuss it and submit on it and have a public discussion about it. And then after that, we'll see. So he hasn't fully backed it. And I'm not saying that he won't fully back it, but their public stance has been, well, we'll see what happens.
Things this sort of dangerous though, we really, once we're at select committee level, the select committee process is a lot, it's more symbolic than anything at the moment, right? Because
it feels like
they don't actually take the advice on. They like we did the policing amendment bill, which we'll talk about later on. There was not a single submitter in favor of the form of that bill, and yet it's gone through much in the same state. So it is part of the process that they're going through. And I don't want to fall into this category of like, oh, the system's broken, we don't trust the system. We absolutely believe in the system. Objectively, it's not functioning as it should right now. We shouldn't abandon it, can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. But we need to stop these things before they even get to the select committee level, in my opinion.
Because governments can still ram it through, even if all the submitters at a select committee, in hearing are against the thing. You can still see a government go, no, it's on the agenda, we're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Pushing it through.
Look at the select committee on the ban itself initially, on Catherine Wood's bill. Overwhelmingly submitted against it.
On the inquiry.
Sorry. Yeah. And then the inquiry papers came out and it was all predetermined. They didn't even take like any of them.
Yeah. To be fair, there were a lot of people in support of it, nonetheless, but still they were very much so inconsiderate.
What do you reckon the percentage split is in terms of support and opposition?
I watched some of those, so I watched the actual select committee hearings and listened to, it was actually more of a split than I had anticipated.
You've done us a service there.
Well,
by listening to all of it.
I listened to a number. What another thing that I think is happening is, but at least from Labor's side, is that and the other parties is that they're looking across the world and they're like, this is actually a shambles. It's not working, and people are getting pissed off. And our politicians, including the likes of the National Party, who's pushing for it, are maybe suffering from action bias, where they're like, well, we better do something rather than nothing, because if we do nothing, it looks like we're bad politicians.
Chris Luxon wants to stake his political life on it.
What do you say?
Die
trying, which is terrible, because you might actually die.
Words, mate. Famous last words. No, he's going to be on the political altar.
You might actually die.
If this conversation goes further in terms of National and Labour working together, they're only going to lose more votes to New Zealand First.
Yep.
ACT
As they already are.
Man, ACT needs to get more active. They need to actually find something to talk about, something to get out there on. They've lost so much momentum from the last election, and they had the treaty principles to ride that wave of. But New Zealand First is just scooping up all of these, not right votes, centre votes, in my opinion.
I think it has to do with the fact that not everybody in a circle in National think this way, but enough of the voices that are prevailing are of the left,
Prevailing or positions of authority.
socially left persuasion. Like even Luxon, who styled himself as a Christian kind of conservative in his early campaigns, or his early political career, has just clearly shown he doesn't care.
Yeah,
He's just like, what makes the what are those? What's that set called? The Remuera Mums. What makes them happy?
Yeah,
Range Rover Mums.
Well,
Range Rover Mums. Yeah.
I saw someone do a breakdown of the origins of this conversation in this bill, and it was a private lobby group approaching Luxon directly, not through the official channels, directly. They have his number, they've got his personal email, they're pushing him. So this is an agenda that's been brought directly to the Prime Minister of our nation, which is crazy. But did you see Joe Mooney on social media?
He's like, we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, well, Joe Mooney's a national MP, a popular national MP in his region.
Yep.
He's one of these people that you're talking about who absolutely opposes this initiative, but doesn't necessarily have the party position because he's been outspoken and principled
on other issues.
On
too.
other issues,
Yeah.
mining, foreign interference, a number of things.
And he actually speaks for his electorate, he gets shut down for it.
Good on him. But that's the thing, you can't get rid of guys like him who are electorate
Exactly.
MPs,
Which is why I love the old form of the system, right? Guys, the key thing here that National need to learn from this is that everybody just needs. Look, I tell you what, this is how we're going to get past the social media ban problem, right? The government is going to pay for everyone in New Zealand to go and watch Toy Story 5.
Oh,
If you watch that movie, you're going to walk out of it and go, you know what? As a parent, I have the power. I can just take that iPad away from my kids.
so is that the message of the movie?
It's basically like, you know what, kids need to go
Don't
back
spoil
to
the
playing,
plot. I'm gonna
go
go
back
watch
to old-fashioned play.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's a good movie.
Great movie.
Good movie.
I love Toy
I think
Story.
my parents are coming next week and they're going to take us. Well, not us, but my kids.
Take you.
I'll also attend.
Oh, what a lucky boy.
I'm 30 years old.
Lucky boy.
Mom, I want to watch it.
But the funny thing in that movie, all the parents in that movie are so thick. It's unbelievable.
They're
Like
thick.
everyone's watching the movie going, yep, the parents just made a really bad mistake there, giving the iPad to the kid too young. And the kid wants the toys put away in the garage now. They don't want the toys anymore. Oh, good move, Dad. Go and just do what the kid says, the whole way through. And you're like, everyone's going, oh my god.
Are you getting angry?
Jellyfish. I'm like jellyfish parents. Come on, everybody needs to watch this movie. But that's the funny thing. It's having that reaction.
This all these kids enjoying the movie and you just hear Nick like, come on,
Stop it.
stop.
Yeah,
That's a horror.
No.
Guys, I said it in November. I said it in October. I'll say it again now. Grand coalition forming. That's what I see.
I said it again.
Say it again. Grand coalition forming.
I think on issues like this,
Wayne Brown
I'll concede
celebrating.
that.
Let's go Wayne Brown. Right, Wayne Brown.
Have you seen Wayne's panel of political interviews? Like he's going through each party that have accepted. Not all of them did, but
Well, Greens were there.
Greens and the
first?
Acton,
Chloe
Acton
did,
TPM weren't there, which I thought was
Was
random.
NZ first there? Did he do NZ
Yep.
first?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think he's posted that one yet. Oh no, he did. It was with Winston. It was a
yeah,
great
it was
chat.
Winston, that's right. I
And he
watched
said
that.
to him, he asked Winston a question, and Winston replied with an answer that he liked, and he said, "Good boy." I thought,
Yeah, that's right.
don't
yeah,
ever
yeah.
call him a good boy.
But they're both in the 80s, so like
Yeah.
they can call each other what they want. Simon Watts from National.
yeah, he needed to fix his collar.
Why
No,
did
there
they
was-
put someone
Oh,
Watts
true,
on?
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Minister of Auckland.
Oh, fair enough. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a
no.
made up position, but whatever.
Yeah.
Made up portfolio. Do we need a minister for? I don't know. Look, Labour, are they going to be able to pull out an opposition? Are they going to be able to pull together between the Greens, maybe top Tupati Māori? I'm not even acknowledging Tupati Māori anymore. But between the Greens, top, and Labour, do you reckon that they could pull something together?
Depends on how many votes they get.
Very political.
Very political.
I think that the top phenomenon is just a little bit of a spike, and then we're going to see it drop off a bit.
It's only July.
Well,
Oh.
it's a novelty factor in my view. That's not to say that they'll totally fall off the radar, but I just don't know that they're going to get that 5%.
It's tough, yeah. It's a hard slog.
It is.
Oh,
It
well.
is.
What do we think about Michael Laws? Did we talk about this? We did talk about
I'd
it
never
briefly.
seen a full picture like him standing. He looks very different. with-
You've only seen here,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I've only seen his head. I
Yeah.
saw him standing. I thought, flip, different vibe, less
He's,
menacing, but he's an incredibly intelligent man.
Did you hear Heather Duplessis Allen and Winston? She's like, oh, surely Michael Laws, you're resurrecting him from the dead. You can't bring him, he's too old. And then, so she was just saying this. And then Winston was talking to Ryan Bridge. Winston goes, well, if anyone, is going to be in favor of having old guys around, it's Heather.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah, bro, so funny. So funny.
Winston said that.
Yeah, and then
Oh, that's
Ryan
so
is
good.
just like, crazy. And he goes, he says something along the lines of, if Michael's too old to be an advisor, well, Heather's main advisor is Barry. So what has she got to say?
That's so good.
So good.
Hey, don't throw stones in glass
man,
houses.
That's so good.
I don't know. This is an interesting question. I think on balance, he's going to be Michael Laws is going to be an asset to New Zealand First for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got a pretty significant following around the country, especially through the platform and his
And he's going
previous
to continue
radio
his
gigs.
platform.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's so funny.
right up to the election.
Winston is all for it
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Oh, why not? Right? You gotta
Oh, even as an MP, I think he's going to continue.
you got a
Yeah.
sort of a bully pulpit. But I think that, I still stand by this comment because someone asked me this the other day. I think that he could be a bit of a liability if he carries on like running his mouth off when he's not supposed to within the party, but I don't think he will. I think he's of that age now where he kind of doesn't do that so much. And he also has a lot of respect for Winston because they've got a long association, right? So I think if anyone can keep Michael Laws kind of like in line within the party, which you need a fair bit of party discipline, right? That it'll be Winston that can do it.
I'm completely on the opposite end.
Oh, real?
I reckon he's going to go so hard. I reckon he's going to run his mouth, and I think that's what they want him to do. And I just imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I just imagine the press
for the
gallery.
party.
Yeah, I imagine the press gallery.
Him versus the press gallery.
and it's going to be like they've just been smoked by Winston, they've just been smoked by Shane, and then out walks Michael. Yeah, and it's the worst day of their life. And it's
No, but that's what I mean. Is like they'll put him to use. They'll
Yeah.
channel that weapon
Yeah.
in the right way for the party. I think the only question would be if he has a falling out with other members in the party.
Yeah, which I struggle to see happening. They're all pretty aligned. Like the wild card in there is Alfred, admittedly, because he's
That's what I mean. Though.
Yeah.
maybe with this social conservatives, because Michael Laws is not necessarily a social conservative. Right?
yes. Someone said this to me the other day. But Alfred is so it's funny because you've got they're like got Shane out there on all the environmental mining stuff. They've got Winston on all the culture stuff. They'll get Michael in and he'll do his role. Alfred is quietly doing a tour of all these churches of New Zealand, just getting that Christian vote.
crazy, yeah.
I saw a couple of posts from different pastors who popped up on Instagram, and they're all like, "Oh, such an amazing talk! It's so good for us to understand why Christians should be politically engaged." I watched a bunch of Alfred's talks when he was doing New Zealand. It's a great talk. Like it's
Very,
extremely
very intelligent man.
compelling. He's
Very
really
intelligent
smart.
man. Yep.
So they're like fighting on multiple fronts.
Oh, yeah.
And then they've just got Michael, who has an active listener base every day.
Yeah.
He's a bulldog, bro. He puts
I
that-
think New Zealand First have really like bucked the trend this time, and they've gone beyond their usual play, which is grey power meetings. You know what I mean?
Well, but this is the thing. They're still getting a lot of older people. And
Sure.
that's always the criticism.
But
have
they-
you
but they're
seen the
going beyond
size of
that.
those meetings?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but they're going beyond that.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want to sound like Trump, but they're huge. These meetings are huge. Like
they talk for hours and hours. now.
Usually, like if you have a meeting and it's not the greatest turnout, you take a photo from the back, you take it low. They're taking photos from the stage because that's how confident they are. They're like, yeah, here's the whole room.
Yeah.
And it's like mezzanine full, floor full, standing room only on the ground. I mean, there's no wonder Nationals come out recently or Luxon's come out recently and criticize them on a few issues. He's definitely trying to be like, we're still the big dogs here.
Yeah.
But I think that horse is well and truly bolted.
I think it's showing the insecurity in National.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Michael Laws do media stand-up. Oh man. I
Yep.
want to see him go for it.
Yep.
Sean did ask, so he had Winston on when the announcement happened, and he asked, you got to let Michael keep doing broadcasting. You're going to let him stay on the platform team. That's interesting. How would you feel if Leah Parnipper decided to run for ACT? And then Winston was like, well, our private entity, not state funded, she can do whatever she wants. So it'll be interesting to see how long he holds that line or how much criticism it will take for him to sort of ask Michael to step back. I hope he doesn't. But yeah.
There might be some sound bites from the past that they'll try and the media especially will use against them, but it won't work. People already know
Media's
them.
lost credibility.
But that's the thing. It's like, you can find all these things now, dig and dig and dig. But there's everyone in public life or the public eye, or look at the stuff that they pull up about Hipkins from COVID. Stuff where he clearly contradicts. Oh, it was never forced. This is going to be mandatory. No jab, no job. Oh, we never locked down the whole country for that long. Oh, we were locking down the country. Everyone's restricted. So when you can play those two things, juxtapose in 6 years ago, not 16 or 26. I mean, how much power are this clip's really going to have? Yeah. You got Joe Biden saying the N-word and he became the president of America. You know what I mean?
Wow. Did he say that?
Yeah, as like a governor, he's like, too many N-words in this city.
Oh, I did.
And then he became the president.
What the heck?
So, time's a healer. What about the euthanasia bill, mate? Todd Stevenson.
Another
That's
light
insane,
topic.
bro.
Yeah, another light topic. I mean, we've said this before when we've talked about this issue, but one of the reasons we included L as one of our life as one of our L's in the pillar acronym of protecting individual life, liberty, and rights. It was because of issues like euthanasia and abortion. Yeah. We obviously take a position that there's no liberty without life. Yep. That liberty starts with life. So
because you think everyone would know that, but actually people need reminding.
Yeah. Well, and they dress it up as like we sort of wrote about it yesterday very briefly, but they dress it up as compassion, and we're caring for this person. We're giving them, we're empowering them. We're giving them dignity. No. This coercion, this manipulation. Like the big thing here is how can I get this person out of my office as quick as possible, and I don't have to see them again. So instead of healing people, you're killing them. Yeah. You read a bit more about it, and you're going to be writing about it. But what's the story?
Yeah. So in 2021, obviously in 2020, when we had the election, we had a referendum in New Zealand where overwhelmingly, actually, people voted in favor of euthanasia legislation in New Zealand. But that is a relatively highly restricted system. Yeah. You have to have 6 months notice. You have to go through multiple people. You have to have only specific types of issues.
It's not the Canadian made.
No, certainly not. No.
In Canada, you walk in, you can get same day almost.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
drive-through service.
Canada's insane.
It's crazy.
Where they say now it's 1 in 20, so which is 5% of all deaths. Of recent deaths have been by elected euthanasia. Anyhow, Todd Stevenson, who is the ACT, I think he's a list MP for ACT, but regardless, he has a bill that specifically mentions the Canadian model, wants to resemble it. I've got a couple of quotes here that says the bill would. This is what his suggestion is that the bill would allow patients to waive consent on the day where they're supposed to die, if their request for assisted dying is approved, but they lose the capacity to make the decision to cancel it in the intervening period. So if today I say I'd like to have my elected death in 6 months' time, if I lose the capacity to say no in the next 6 months, then you can still do it. You just do it. That's one. Does it make sense?
So you become like in a vegetative state potentially.
Well, yeah, for coma or
yeah. So the bill would also remove the prohibition on doctors offering euthanasia to patients. So right now, a doctor can't. If you go to a doctor and you're suffering with something, the doctor can't say, "Have you considered, dying?"
Which in Canada, there's a theme that's come out where doctors are often saying, "Hey, look, I wouldn't be doing my job unless I offered you every option," and that's how the conversation starts.
Yeah.
So there's.
Yeah, that's one of them. Anyway, there's the host of stuff which is essentially removes a lot of the barriers we currently have in place, including the 6 months wait, the safeguards.
Yeah.
I was reading about one doctor in Canada who's done over 400 euthanasia, and she said, "I take pride or I take immense joy in this work I'm doing," and I thought that is nothing but demonic. Like. How do you can at least be a little bit, nuanced or a little bit, tactful about ending the life of 400 people, but saying you take pride and joy in the fact that you're doing this is just decrepit.
She's in a new middle territory of dictator and serial killer. She exists in the middle there somewhere. She's like, so good.
Can I read 2 quotes that I sent to the chat?
Tell us.
Sorry, I'm just a little rant.
No. If I think I know what you're going to read, it was pretty crazy.
In New Zealand, this is one case. Even with the safeguards we currently have in place, this is reported. One patient who spoke no English, had no interpreter, and probably had dementia, was euthanized in New Zealand under the current system. And then it refers to the Europeans also have it pretty rough. But the experience of one Dutch patient. She had dementia and a directive to die at a later date, but on the day she resisted her lethal injection. The physician had family members hold her down to finish the job.
And that's taken from that quote?
It's Europe.
That's from Europe. This is from a Herald article, which I can link to you guys. The Herald article is by a great writer. I won't name her name because she might not want to be named. But Todd Stevenson's end-of-life choice bill risks taking euthanasia choice too far.
Well, the expect thing is like, oh, all these people want it. We just can't give it to them. And it's like, I don't know if that's true. I actually think that we need to be protecting the most vulnerable in our communities in terms of the unborn.
Yeah.
And the mentally, probably I would say mentally drained and stressed and yeah. It's crazy.
They also dress it up as this is ACT's. The reason we're talking about this is because ACT's campaigning on it, and Seymour released the ACT Party released a media release on it yesterday. And he said the euthanasia reform was one of the biggest human rights reforms in recent New Zealand history, which I thought
not something to be proud of.
Was a bit much.
So everyone talks about the euthanasia bill, especially a lot of Christians, and how bad it is. It exists currently in the form that it's in, largely because of compromise. So the original intent, even they say in their media release, that they are restoring the original intent. It is just a state-funded suicide bill that will kill people at will whenever they want. And what we're seeing in Canada, again, was not just doctors saying, hey, I wouldn't be doing my job, but doctors saying, look, getting pretty close to Christmas. Do you really want your family to be worried about you over Christmas? Burdened?
Yeah.
And there's dozens, if not hundreds of stories like that. Amanda Ackerman talks about them regularly. She has people approaching her. I think we talked about this last time about the wheelchair lady. She just needed a new wheelchair. Army veteran, needed a new wheelchair. Got offered euthanasia because it's a lesser cost on the state. And like you say, the doctors who are doing it and doing it regularly actually take a sense of joy and pride in this.
That's scary.
Like, why did you become a doctor? To help people or to hurt people?
Yeah, people think it's just scaremongering, but like, go back and read the early years of the Nazi regime. You know, what were they doing? They were taking
Eugenics,
people that were, exactly. It was eugenics. And it was an attempt to clean up kind of the mental health problems that Germany had, right? You take people that are not well mentally or physically disabled, you start running them through this program and they disappear, you know, and you clean up your gene pool. And that is the same thing, like when it comes to abortion in Iceland, you know, like how many people with Down syndrome, you know, are now being born in Iceland? Almost zero, because they're screening during pregnancy and aborting them.
It's so crazy, yeah. It just feels like we're doing this to our most vulnerable, and then the ones who they can't kill, they're telling them all these confusing identity things.
Yeah.
They're destroying them there.
Yeah.
And then if you speak out against any of these things around identity politics and state-funded suicide and all these other things, you're a racist or you're a bigot or you don't care about human rights.
Yeah.
We're so
super
confused.
Inclusive as long as you are walking around on two legs and if you're in the womb or you're, you know, in old age, we're not so sure.
But this is the thing, like, we've become so progressive. We've actually gone past the mark that we were aiming for, which is equality, which is people having opportunity to thrive and build a life, and regardless of where you were born, when you were born, and who you were born to, right? And now we're going into this new area of progress where it's deconstructionist. It's detrimental to us.
Yep.
But we're allowing it because we think it's progressive. But the social experiment's clearly failed on every level. It's clearly failed. So when are we going to pull out of this?
There's dismantling all the things that actually have, you know, made us who we are and what we are now, right?
You can have one argument or one discussion about a highly restricted system for euthanasia and all that, and you can have a reasonable discussion about it if it's highly restricted. That recognizes the gravity of the issue. That's one thing. But to come out and say, actually, this just needs to be another consumer product, you know, not that someone has said that, but to approach it with the lack of depth and gravity that it requires.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think there's a pretty straightforward line, and that is there's medical intervention where you actually proactively take someone's life, and then there's the withdrawal of life support, which happens all the time. There's long established medicine, the protocols around that, and I think that, you know, there's usually a very strong, compelling case to say, look, all we're doing now is we're just keeping the body alive, but the brain is gone. It's you know, so that's different. I think here it's an actual intervention which introduces an active
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
agent. You know,
Some
that
people
takes
opt
it.
out of treatment as well, right?
Sure.
It's like they get a stage 4 diagnosis for cancer. They opt
Yeah.
out of treatment because
Yeah.
they're like, look, I've actually been fighting for a long time. That is completely different again.
Yep.
It's they are making an informed choice. They are making a choice where they're of sound mind, and they're not being coerced by
Yeah.
doctors who have some sort of incentive. Like it's talked about in terms of transgender medicine, but the cash cow that it is. I imagine there is some sort of incentive there that doctors are also getting kickbacks on to promote certain procedures, or they get it for drugs and all sorts of things. So,
And people like Amanda Ackman have made really strong sort of demonstrations or examples of palliative care, where it's got to now, where pain management is at now in modern medicine. And a lot of people don't even realize how good it's got, you know? So, I mean, and I've watched, you know, enough people in my family and people close to me who've gone through this process, who've passed away, often, you know, months of struggle, months of pain. But the reality is it's getting more and more, you know, amazing in terms of what we can do to relieve suffering for people at the end. So I think a lot of people have just got an outdated view of what the end of life
Palliative
looks like.
care and the issues around that.
Yep. And if they understood all the options, I think they would rethink their view on euthanasia.
It's dressed up as choice,
Yeah.
but the reality is that when you're at that stage of life where things are so dark and difficult, your ability to be coerced or pushed just off the edge is far more sensitive. If someone else brings up the topic of, hey, have you considered this? The line between coercion and influence and your personal decision and choice is like way more murky than, oh, I'm just exercising my individual right to make a decision. And yeah, I don't think this is considerate of that reality. But.
I suppose we should shout out Ethos, who does a lot of really good
Incredible
work,
work, yeah.
around
Alex
the euthanasia
Pink,
issue.
Yeah.
Alex Pink at Ethos, he's a lawyer. They have a fantastic organization. So we want to champion what they're doing. We want to champion other people who are like Amanda Ackman, who are in the space doing fantastic work. So check them out. They've got a lot of really good resources on euthanasia.
China.
Firing those missiles again, baby.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Mate, that's just butthurt, eh? Like Fiji and Australia. Is it Fiji and Australia, eh?
That's right. Yeah.
Sign this new agreement. They're like, we'll show you. We'll start firing nuclear capable missiles in the region.
That's unreal, eh?
I was reading the ASPE report on it. Did you
great.
see that, the summary?
No.
Yeah, a whole bunch of experts just coming out and saying what do they think about the significance of this event,
Yeah,
this missile. And pretty much all of them, except one, were like, yep, this is definitely, China is making a statement. Everybody better wake up. We've all been ignoring the signs for too long.
Yeah.
And maybe this will help actually the public in New Zealand, Australia to realize just how serious
it's
this is
fantastic,
getting,
isn't
right?
it?
Well, did you see everyone in the New Zealand media was going crazy when Pete Hicks said something about how we need to pull our weight and we need to get on board with nuclear? Everyone's like,
How dare you?
how could you say this? Yeah, he said words. China sailed into our region and fired the missiles. And then everyone's like, oh, really? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But they're our best trade
such a
partner.
good point.
It's like, guys, are we really that unprincipled?
I wonder how consistent we're going to be about the nuclear thing, right? Because, okay, they didn't actually attach a nuclear warhead to it, but they could have. That's what the point of the missile is.
Yeah, they're testing it.
Yeah.
Nuclear capable.
Yeah.
And you're telling me there's not nuclear powered submarines out there from China and
Of course.
probably in our waters?
There, I
totally.
mean, there's
Oh
probably
my
one
God.
in Auckland Harbour right now.
They're probably listening to us.
Yeah.
Share.
They're under your house.
No, so what
Should we
is
use some of those lines Nancy Lou?
my
Oh,
gosh, I screenshotted it and forgot to send it through, but I'm glad you sent it.
yeah.
So Nancy Lou, tell us what happens. Nancy Lou, our favorite Chinese
Give us a
sister.
rundown, Arian.
Well, she's a Chinese national or born of China. Anyway, I don't want to get into race.
She's a Chinese national.
She's a Chinese. As in, anyhow.
Yeah. Lou is not a Chinese name.
No, yeah, it's not. Well, anyhow, it was Chinese Language Week last week, and so she went and got a whole bunch of her colleagues, other MPs, to present videos and say some lines in Chinese. Celebrate Chinese Language Week, yay! And many of them did, and most of it was fine because they want to reach an audience that maybe doesn't speak English or that is of Chinese descent or has connections to China. There was one where she got the Minister of Education, Erica Stanford, to say a specific line that is from Mao's era of education reform. And
about
because
studying hard, right?
But
And
yeah, it was
about
like,
studying hard. And
go
being a
hard,
good
study
student.
hard, or something like
Work
that.
hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And she just said, "Hey," and my anticipation is that Erica didn't know, that this is
Of course she didn't. Yeah.
Mao era slogans.
Yeah.
And she just repeated it and went ahead with it. But
But that's how it works with communist slogans, right? You don't think about it.
No, you just say it.
They just tell
Yeah.
you the line and you say it. You repeat it.
that's right.
There we go.
Did I tell you when I was in India in 2024 and I got surrounded by this political faction at India Gate? I was at
A communist group.
I don't know which group they were from, but they're a political group, and they surrounded me. And there's like 20 of them, and they all started yelling at me, and they were yelling this phrase at me. I've got a video of it somewhere, and they wanted me to repeat this phrase,
What the heck?
and they were filming me.
Did they think you were Sikh because of your beard?
I don't know. No, well, obviously, I don't know. I was wearing a t-shirt, so my tattoos and everything were out, whatever. At India Gate, I had probably more people looking at me than at the monument. India was a very interesting place.
Yeah.
But they started yelling at me, and they wanted me to do this. And then this one guy emerges with a microphone, and he's like, say it, say it, say it. And then I lean in and I go, New Zealand's number one. And they all went crazy. They're like, no, India number one, India number one. And then I was with Jonathan, and he's like, don't do this, don't do that. You're racking them up. And I was like, what are they going to do?
You're like, I'll take them all on.
Well, no, there's army guys everywhere. There's police
You're
everywhere.
like, I'm Thanos.
I was like, I reckon I could fight 20 Indians at once. I wasn't doing
No, you're
jiu-jitsu,
Thanos.
so
You'll take at least half of them out.
half of them, yeah.
Right.
But anyway,
Study hard and make progress every day.
study hard, make progress every day.
So I was quoting. I'm not repeating Mao's lines.
It's better than that. Is it Dr. Dre line? Smoke weed every day?
Depends who you ask.
Yes, probably.
Depends.
Or was it Snoop Dogg? I can't remember.
The person that broke the story, she wrote, that raises an interesting question. Is it culturally appropriate for the education minister of a liberal democracy to quote a Mao-era slogan in a message marking an official Chinese language week event? Wouldn't that be roughly equivalent to an education minister marking German language week with a well-known quote from Hitler, or a Russian language week with a
Absolutely.
famous Stalin
Yeah.
slogan?
That's well put.
So
Well put.
funny.
Yeah, shout out to Porsche.
No,
Yeah. Boy, this is the second thing that's come up about probably crossed wires. I'll call it generously. So we had Nicola Gregg, the Minister for Women, come out and raise concerns about a post that was shared of her by Hannah Rafferty Maipi Clark. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
I sent it to
Now,
this.
give us a bit more background on this because I'm a bit confused. What is Hannah claimed?
What is she doing?
So Nicola Gregg led the work or faced the campaign on breast screening, lowering the breast screening age.
Oh, yeah?
Which is, fantastic initiative. And she received this text that all came out through OIA from Hannah, and it said effectively, hey, really love your work. I've had a relative pass away from breast cancer, and I'd love to just get a photo with you. Really appreciate the work. Let me know if you're busy. Nicola comes back and says, oh, absolutely, so sorry to hear that. Let's take a photo. Nicola then shares with her links to resources for breast screening buses and processes, then sends her an email following up. But then Hannah shares the photo and says, oh, I've been working on this for ages. So good to be working across the aisle with Nicola, who's the Minister for Women. We've worked on this together. Effectively just claims credit for all of the stuff that she's never even been involved with. It's exactly in line with her claim that 65% of her job is going to tamariki or rangatahi at youth justice facilities and schools and all sorts. And she's just gone on this generational run of lying about everything because she hasn't done anything. She hasn't asked a written question in 3 years.
Hold on. She's been to New York.
Oh, yes.
And she's received an award from Time Magazine.
One of the most influential, one of the most influential young people in the world.
And also, she led a haka in Parliament
She ripped up the bill. That's right.
during a sitting.
Oh, my God.
So imagine this, right? You're 3 years on the taxpayer dollar, 150K minimum plus benefits, and you haven't done anything except lie about all the work that you've supposedly done, go on multiple trips on the taxpayer dollar, and disrupt Parliament more than once.
I think I'm going to run for Parliament.
Well, this is just, and you exist solely for ring-fenced allocation of seats, because the general populace isn't going to be able. So you have your
no
own
one else
electorate,
voted,
you have your own role, your own set of seats that you're campaigning for, and now Labour's going to steal those from you as well. Anyway, so
Oh, yeah.
What was
Anyway.
that? What we know that 4 out of 6 coalition leaders right now.
Yeah, but
Maori.
lots of Maori in the government.
it's only
and
Luxon and
coalition.
Chloe. Is Chloe Maori? No, she's not. Luxon and Chloe be the only ones in leadership in Parliament.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. Is I know Luxon's not Māori, but
You got Marama, Shane,
yeah,
Winston,
Winston,
David,
David.
Nicole, Well, Hipkins is not Māori either.
Hipkins
Yeah.
is white.
That's pretty good there. And then Debbie and Rawiri.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's
Yeah, no, but
7.
of the coalition leaders, right? There's 6 of them.
Yeah. So yeah, four of them are Māori.
Yeah, Nicola and Chris are not. I don't think Nicola is Māori.
Okay.
Willis.
Nicola Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you?
Oh, I've just forgotten who the deputy leader of ACT is.
Nicole McKee.
Nicole
She
McKee.
just got made
Oh,
deputy
she's a
leader.
new one.
Oh, of
She's
course
a
she
new
did.
one.
Yeah.
She's Māori.
Yes.
And then you've got Tama Potaka, and you've got James Meager, and you've got
Yeah.
everyone in there, all the money,
Everyone.
you know.
It's
23% of us, 23% of our cabinet's Māori,
No, I know.
you know.
23.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the number of Māori across the population is
17.
Yeah, it's under 28.
Yeah, 17%.
So hey,
Wow. How many
good.
Iranians?
we've made real
I don't
progress,
feel
guys.
represented. This is not
Well,
good
there
enough.
were one of you, but you bloody shoplifted. So you got kicked out.
Yeah, I don't know her. I don't-
There was one of you in
disown
there.
her.
She
I don't- I
couldn't, she
disown
couldn't
her.
keep her hands to herself.
Dude, bro, they just keep ruining the reputation of these guys, man. Trying to have a good
It's not
image
like-
here.
But I mean, to be fair to her, it's not like she knew the law. She wasn't like a lawyer or anything, was she?
Yeah, she wasn't a human rights lawyer. Come on,
It's my
man.
right to steal. Nah, honestly, leave her alone. Let sleeping dogs lie. So that's crazy. So we've got Hannah stealing all this credit here. We've got Erica quoting Maoist era Chinese slogans.
I think that's so funny.
We live in such a
I
hilarious
actually think
world.
it's so funny.
If you don't laugh, you cry. Do we-
Absurd, eh?
Oh.
What's going to happen next? Nah, the funny thing is to me, with going back to the Chinese language week thing, all the videos that came out of MPs doing
Yeah.
this, like David had a few that came out, Brooke had a few that came out, and they're doing like minutes long of Chinese dialogue.
That's unreal.
And it's like, I get you trying to appeal to these voters, but if they can't understand English, mate, I just don't know if they should be voting in our country.
What's funny is I keep seeing a lot of Chinese Kiwis interviewed, and they're like, to be honest with you, we don't care what they look like.
Exactly.
We're like looking at their policies. If we like their
Exactly.
policies, we'll support them.
Exactly. Well, we talked about this last week, but Portia wrote this piece 3 or 4 years ago about Chinese interference in New Zealand's parliament. And she said, as long as the CCP is in power,
Yeah.
nobody should vote for a Chinese MP.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Citizens only voting? How do we feel?
I think it's as usual, Winston's been able to figure out this is something that actually would appeal to people across a lot of parties. And I think it's overdue. I think most countries ensure that you're a citizen before you vote.
We're one of 5
That don't, eh?
that don't.
Pretty
Yeah.
gnarly, eh?
Yeah. And the other countries like Malawi, Uganda,
I mean,
somewhere like 3 other.
they're at the top of the OECD, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So
Malawi's top of the OECD.
I'm just being ironic.
Oh,
The other
right.
thing is,
It's like
I'm pretty sure they have provisions where it's like 5 years as a non-citizen, 15 and 20. So
Yeah.
we're 1 year,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, so if you're a permanent resident for 1 year, you can vote.
yeah. I mean, look,
Bruh.
in the end, I think if it's 1-2 years, before you can vote and haven't got your citizenship, that's fine with me. But at least go through the process of becoming a citizen. 'Cause,
Citizen. be a
you don't
citizen.
become a citizen overnight. Like,
No, it's
you-
not
No,
a
no,
process.
no,
And you have to
So-
often give up your other citizenship.
Well, exactly. And if we wait too long, everyone's going to vote for New Zealand first because it's going to be old.
That's right.
No, well, I saw someone be like, he's made a mistake here. He's going to lose 20% of the vote. I'm like, yeah, but there's
He's gonna
another
lose-
80% out there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you understand how numbers work, but 80 is a lot bigger than 20.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know that a lot of new immigrants are voting for New Zealand first anyway. So
Well, someone said the Filipinos, they're good Christians. They would have voted for Winston. And I was like, yeah, well, they also will become citizens then.
Just be a citizen. I don't
I like a lot of people that are on like permanent residence at the moment. They're like, yeah, makes sense. Our country that we came from was like that, where you had to be a citizen.
Yeah.
So sure.
I don't see why you. Well, I see why you wouldn't want. I was going to say I don't see why you wouldn't want to be a New Zealand citizen, but you wouldn't want to be a New Zealand citizen if you don't want to lose your citizenship of your other country, because not all countries allow dual citizenship.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, but pick which country you want to live in then.
but exactly.
What's the best country in the world, then, Aaron?
New Zealand is the best
Mate,
country.
New
Well,
Zealand-
the United States
New
of
Zealand
America.
is too good to be someone's side chick. Where everybody's
Here we
main
go.
chick.
Slogan. slogan.
I
slogan
have a
there.
British passport as well, so I've got UK citizenship. And
Can you vote there?
but I was born here. I have New Zealand citizenship. If I had to choose, of course, I would choose New Zealand.
Can you vote in the UK
I
elections?
actually haven't looked into it. I think you have to be resident
Yeah,
potentially.
But the idea of being a citizen is that you hold to a specific nation, you hold to the values and to the future. You have a vision for the future of this country that you desire for it to prosper and flourish.
Ideally, yeah.
Well, it's a commitment, right?
Yeah, you could be a lefty and hate everything.
But I guess what it also does, it does give you
Sorry.
it allows the government of that country to hold you a little more to account.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Which is part of the give and take of being.
Yeah,
a
you can
citizen, right?
deport PRs, but you can't deport citizens.
Yeah. So
Deport them all.
And that's the thing. Obviously, we don't want two tiers of justice, or we don't want a form of co-governance that is built on citizen non-citizen. But like, there has to be some provisions and protections that are exclusively for citizens. You know what I mean? So voting is one of them. I think holding public office should be one of them. I don't think you should be able to run for a democratically elected office or a local government position if you're not a citizen of New Zealand.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Because as we're seeing more and more, and we've talked about this again, you can lie. You can renounce your citizenship of another nation and accept New Zealand citizenship and still be an agent of that nation, right? It's hard, but at least we have a path of recourse to effectively punish you if that was the case.
Yeah, I don't think it's a controversial thing to say that if you want to vote in New Zealand politics, you should be a citizen and adhere to the laws and have a vision for the future of this country. It's not controversial. And I think maybe what happened back in the day was that we had a lot of immigrants from Australia and people thought, oh, okay, well, well, we all believe the same stuff. But now you've got Iranians coming into the country, and so you just think, well, what do you believe in?
Who let these bloody Iranians?
I say that because I'm from Iran. I can say that.
Are you from Iran?
I thought you were Maori.
I'm still making my mind up.
You're from Uzbekistan.
I love that place.
Never been. Nah, so good on Windsor. They're just nailing it. The immigration issue. They're nailing the KiwiSaver boost issue. Like, all their policies so good. Someone, like, I'm telling you right now, in about 3 weeks, National's going to come out and be like, I reckon citizens should be the only ones that can vote.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that the different parties are copying each other. Like you're referring to that, and then National announced their solar energy policy, and then Labour came out as well and said the same thing.
I don't know if you guys saw. You should go look at it if you haven't. But Annie O'Brien, who
commentator,
commentator, she did a really funny breakdown on Hipkins. He had someone come to his house and do effectively a puff piece on his green energy initiatives that he's taken on personally. And she just fact checks every single point he makes. She's like, yeah, I used to have a diesel and now I've transitioned to electric. She's like, yeah, he still has the diesel vehicle and we paid for the electric one. So it cost him nothing. And he charges it at Parliament. So it costs him nothing on his Parliament. And he's like, yeah, I chose to go from gas to induction. She goes, no, he moved into that house and it already had induction. And his last house had induction. He goes, oh, I used to love cooking on gas, but I wouldn't go back now. She goes, I don't know how long ago he had gas, but he definitely in the last 2 houses didn't have gas.
Oh gosh!
And then he goes, a lot of Kiwis, they just need to make the jump. They're too. I can't remember the term he used, but effectively saying that Kiwis are too cautious around renewable. She goes, no, the average cost of doing everything he's laid out is between 90 to 105,000.
Yeah,
and she's
goodness,
which is why we need these like 0 or 1% loans, to take onto a mortgage to be able to actually upgrade to do it.
Yeah,
because it is a huge cost.
The way he's painting it is like Kiwis just need to do it. They just need to get on board and do it.
It's easy, man.
Guys, I've done it. She's like, yeah, you had it all paid for you by the taxpayer. And then he got a 0% loan on his solar panels. I'm like, where do we give these 0% loans?
Well, it's estimated that if you do those upgrades, you're adding 2 to 3% on your resale value for your home.
For sure.
So
just like doing up your yard, just like fixing your kitchen and your bathroom, everything you do will have a knock-on effect. Like landscaping is the big money maker at the moment. I don't know if you know this. It used to be kitchens.
I planted some seeds the other day.
What sort of seeds?
In the garden. Planted seeds in the garden.
Not gardening.
He's a ganja farmer now.
There's also plug-in solar panels that are being proposed, which I think that'll be quite good.
That goes back into the main grid, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just reduces your house's entire uptake of the grid and takes some of so it just reduces your power bill a little bit.
But I'm pretty sure that model in Australia is falling over a little bit because they used to get paid. The grid was paying people for putting power back in. I'm pretty sure they've slashed those.
Too many people were doing it.
Yeah, then everyone jumped on it, and now they're like, oh. And then when we were at the conference in Australia, remember?
Yeah, it was something about increasing the lines cost for others or something like that.
So solar saves you money, not because it's less stress on the grid, but because they up everyone else's prices. So everyone that leaves the grid, the people remaining on the grid, their prices go up.
Well, because you don't have the same economy of scale.
Yeah,
well, this guy goes, the best thing you could do to love your neighbor is stay on the grid. Because he was like a Christian.
But the problem is that the gentailers it's
Yeah.
geared towards them like gouging.
But
profit gouging.
they're going to split those guys.
So if we do split them up, which I do think is needed, because we actually, like everything from industry to residential can't keep up now with these growing power prices. And we're the ones who actually funded a lot of the work in the first place. We've had this conversation before, but if we don't break the gentailers up, which is where I agree with New Zealand First, we should, then we're going to see this problem occurring more and more. And hey, if we do have like solar and renewables on your house, why not put it back into the grid, get a cheaper power bill? It shouldn't ultimately, though, be taken advantage of by the gentailers in order to up prices on other people. There's actually no justification economically for it. Because you're producing power.
Why isn't there
the
is
main
justification
grid-
economically because you want to make money? This for
No,
them,
but-
for them individual as individual companies.
Yeah, but that's the problem is that we
profit.
built the infrastructure for them and paid for it, and
Now
then
they're
they
like,
came in, and the people who are
"My
making
money now."
making
Yeah,
money
yeah.
off through the gentailers through their shares
That's right.
didn't actually invest that in the first place.
No.
So there is a public good which is being denied the public.
My power bill came with that. It was bloody high.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what
It
I'm
is.
doing.
It is. It's crazy. Like we have
I think
a
I'm a meter chick.
ridiculous power bill. When we move to our new place, that's the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up solar on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said to my wife, I said, when I leave, you turn off every bloody light and socket, okay?
Yeah.
Don't turn it on until I'm home. Well, what if the baby freezes? We'll have another one. That's what they do in the UK. What if the old people die? We got lots of them.
Oh wow.
Oh, don't worry.
After our euthanasia talk,
Yeah. We got a lot of young military age men arriving on boats, so we don't need the old people anymore.
Problem solved. Problem solved.
Problem
Wow.
solved.
Wow.
One in, one out.
Wow. How incredible.
Okay, if people aren't Christians, should they celebrate Christmas? Should they observe Christmas? I mean, they
Should
don't have to.
non-Christians?
They don't
Yeah,
have
they
to,
don't
right?
have to.
But then we have trading laws that stop you from opening a business on Christmas
on
Day.
Easter.
You know,
Easter.
stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, because ACT wants to get rid of all those. Look, I used to work in retail. I used to look forward to those days off, mate.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And people like at the lowest rate on the ladder kind of need a break, eh?
I used to
don't
remember
know.
Christmas Eve, closing up, do the late night, then
Yeah.
you get Christmas Day off, and it's like so, and then you got to go to Boxing Day, and you got like a month of.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I was like 17, so I thought that was really hard. Didn't have any life experience. I was like, man,
of my life.
I'm working
I mean,
so hard right now.
I don't believe in the religious significance of Diwali, but mate, they have some pretty
Wow,
cool
how
fireworks.
dare you.
Don't say that. Don't say
you know.
that. That's the same as
How
saying, oh,
dare you.
immigration's good because we can get good food,
Curry, yeah.
I like Asian food. I love Chinese food.
Yeah.
Japanese food I really like. But a beef noodle soup I love. So
I love how you just said that. I'm gonna say this. I'm a Christian who says I'm down for it, including the persecution. If people want to persecute me, I don't care. Bring it on. I mean, I'll care, but
right now.
bring it on.
Come on in, guys.
I'm not here to force like my views on other people, right? So
And I was talking to someone else about this the other day. Our role as we're all Christians, we're upfront about that, but we run obviously a civil liberties organization that is not overtly Christian or exclusively Christian. Our role is to defend that space.
Yep.
So that people of all faiths and beliefs can exist in our nation and participate in the contest of ideas.
yeah. And as long as that contest is fair in the sense that people can have a shot at making their case,
100%.
right?
100%.
That's what we were about.
I'm happy for the Johos and the Muslims and the Sikhs and all that to make their case. I don't have to agree
You don't want
with
to
them.
purge them?
Not at all. Not at all. No way.
Good, because I'm not down for like firebombing your temples and mosques. Just saying.
I'm glad you clarified.
Sorry, Brian. Tamaki, but we're not doing it.
I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good.
I feel safe now.
But anyway, I just brought that up because I thought it was funny. You know, I woke up this morning, I had all these people commenting and tagging
That's
me, being
unreal.
like,
I want to watch this video. I'll go comment. and
I'll
support.
send it to
Actually,
you.
maybe I won't
I'll
because
send it
I'll
to you.
get dog piled on.
and I was going to comment again, and then I was like, well, I'm 30 years old. Why am I doing comment sections arguing with people, bro? I was like,
Dude,
Get
whoever
away.
changed their opinion in a comment section?
no, yeah, exactly. And I was like, I got 3 kids to get out of bed right now. I'm like, I've got more important things to do with my life, guys. I can't give you breakfast right now. I've got to have this argument in the comments
And,
section.
and those guys have got their mum shouting them up at them from upstairs. Like, can you get out of the basement? No, mum.
I'm finding Nathan.
Who's on the internet?
I'm playing my video game.
One person was like, "Oh, let me come on your podcast and I'll debate you." And I'm like, "No," because I believe in freedom of speech. Do I believe that you have access to every platform? No.
No, not if I don't want you. Yeah.
Have fun in the comment section. Anyway, good on them. Good on people for getting out there and having a yarn. You know, having
speech. I love freedom of speech.
Yeah.
You love it?
Yes, freedom of speech. not freedom after speech, as a wise man once said.
Oh.
Yeah,
Come on now.
that's a joke. That's a joke.
Consequences.
That's a joke.
Nah, that's super dry. Don't ever say that again, or I'm going to have to
Well,
take
that
the
is
speech
not,
away
that
from
is
me.
not a very pro-free speech thing to say.
So, move on orders.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming to a
We were going to
street
fly to
near you.
Wellington to submit, and then they said, "Hey, can you do this online?" We were like, "Sure."
happened
The move on
last
orders are progressing. The policing amendment bill submissions were collated, and the report came back. Tell us about that. Tell us how you feel about that.
So obviously we submitted on the policing amendment bill with our significant concerns on privacy issues and the essentially the lack of safeguards around how much police can collect and when they can collect information and all that stuff. Submission is all online if you want to go look at it. And a lot of other people submitted with similar concerns, raising questions about the lack of clarity about certain words like, recording for intelligence purposes, but that's just not defined. Anyhow, they released their report, and there was a couple of positive things which we campaigned for, which came through, so we're grateful to see that. But many of our strongest concerns have seemed to have fallen on deaf ears. Those include the definitions that we requested for those terms. Those include the strong safeguards for when police can record and when they can't record, assurances for or assurances about police's IT systems and databases around how much they can collate and whether they can access those, because there was a report that they had thousands and thousands of images that they were asked to delete by the privacy commissioner, and they said, "Oh, sure, we just don't know where they all are." And so we're saying, look, if you're going to enable them to record a whole lot more, are we also enabling them to, first of all, use that information if they need to, but also if they're required to delete these, are they able to? That assurance is also not being given. So I'd say it's 30-70, 70 unhappy, but 30 happy. There's some provisions around privacy and some of the concerns of the privacy commissioner have been added there. So it's a start, but we were hoping for some more, and this is where it's at. It's going to go back to the House. They can amend it as they wish. I doubt there'll be any further amendments. It'll just pass. But look, when you pass broad legislation like this, you just risk future misconduct, and I hope that doesn't happen because I love New Zealand and I don't want misconduct. But if it does, then I'll say I told you so.
But this is when we submitted, we were asked this question: why should we make changes at this point and not later on when it's been in act for a while? And we said it at the time because they never happen. The changes never happen. They never materialize. It's always we'll get around to it, but they never actually do it. So
we'll see.
Goodbye, freedom. Goodbye, privacy.
Yeah.
And the police are so good at their job, obviously. So they don't have anything to worry about.
Anyhow, so we'll see where that comes to.
Someone told me the other day, I signaled them and they're like, "Oh, my brother's just in the police," and I was like, "Oh, that'd be great for him. I'm sure he'll be amazing."
Oh no!
Tell him I hate him. No, I didn't say that.
I just think of the people I know who've burnt out, like in police. They
That's
they
a
gave
tough
me their best
job,
shot, but like so many things about it were just really frustrating and annoying, and they didn't know how.
Very fit people.
Sure. Yeah, great.
Okay,
Thanks for
cool.
observing that. That's good.
Every police officer. Oh.
Yeah, looking for some silver linings here.
So not next week, but the following week, we're back on university campus. Just got an email yesterday telling us where our spot will be. Looking to engage a bunch of students, do some debates around the upcoming election, really figure out whether. I don't want to go in with too many preconceived ideas because I was pleasantly surprised last time. But based on some of the polling numbers and some of the other stuff that I see coming out of university, I'm like, man, what is happening in there? So we're gonna get stuck in, debate a bunch of communists again.
Yeah, man.
You love the communists.
Let's go.
I love them.
they love arguing with
I love
you.
flipping
Communists
them.
gets
Love turning them.
destroyed.
Whoa,
Hurting
Hey,
them.
yo, pause.
Turning them.
Churning them.
No,
Turning them.
Turning them.
them into capitalists.
The real transition.
Freedom loving people, you know.
Oh, freedom loving people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So we'll be on campus. The other thing that we have coming up is this foreign interference symposium, another one that Nick will be sharing out, which will be great.
Yep.
Pushing a fit bill proposal again.
Yep.
Very
So it's particularly
exciting.
trying to reach the Chinese community in Auckland here.
You're going to do it in Chinese?
Yeah.
Cheers, yeah.
Study hard, go hard.
Study
You
work
should
hard.
open with that, bro. It's so funny.
As the great Mao once said,
Yeah.
it's
Everyone's
only,
like, whoa, whoa,
it's
whoa, whoa.
only corruption if I am not involved.
Yeah.
99 million people, it's acceptable. You can kill them.
Unreal, bro. Oh,
Nah, so that'd be good. You're looking forward to that? When is that?
That is coming up at the end of July. Just confirming the date, but it's going to be the final weekend of July.
Nice.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Yep.
We'll get some info out there. So if you do want to come along
Yes.
and support, you'll be able to. And then a really exciting update that we actually, it's not on our list to share, but we can share around it a little bit. Our Digital BORA, Digital Bill of Rights Act, has some.
We're not talking about termites, right? We're talking about the Bill of Rights Act.
What's that?
Oh, sorry, just Dan joke.
God.
Carry on.
Bro.
I'll just turn off next
cut
mic.
that
Just turn off that. Let me just turn them down. No, so a Digital BORA or a DeBORA bill has some very, very, very promising interest from a political party who is got it with their research and policy team. They're looking to run it forward in the very near future, as well as our FIT bill, actually, to be honest, is sitting with another party. So we could have, just hear me out, 2 pieces of legislation adopted as members' bills in the next 3 months, I'm going to say, a long range.
Let's push for a third trifecta.
New law coming.
Yeah.
What should
What's
we
that
do?
one gonna be like?
Every
Mr.
person.
Whoopi trucks in every street.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I run all of them.
Yeah, and I get all the proceeds. I don't know if we're gonna find anyone to run that forward, but we've got two. So it's really exciting. Both are looking very promising. Can I just say as well, the feedback on both of them has been, first of all, thanks so much. Second of all, well, I can't believe how good this is. Third of all, why is this so good? Who did you consult on this? How did you get it to this level? I sent it to someone who has a huge sort of knowledge on parliamentary process and services. I sent them the bill and they said, hey, just by the way, this is a lot more robust and pulled together than any members will have ever seen. So we're not just giving them good ideas. We're actually giving them clear solutions, clear pathways, clear provisions on how to actually make these things work.
Because I like,
it's-
how did those 3 do that podcast? Like, come up with this?
Yeah. There's 2 sides to us.
That guy.
There's the podcast side, and then there's the serious side.
That guy.
The one doesn't get the pop culture references, or the old guy,
It's a gamble whether or not his camera's on, you know.
the guy with the tattoos.
Stupid. Is he stupid?
Nah, but like, it's just cool. It's just cool to hear that feedback from people who do this every day, who live and breathe politics, come to us and say, whoa, this is incredible work. Can we have this? Can we use this? So want to commend you guys, commend the team, you know, pat ourselves on the back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And keep your eyes peeled, because if we get 2 pieces of legislation and we've effectively done more than all of the opposition combined for, I'm not even going to say a fraction of the price, because I don't even know if fractions go that small. For a point zero 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 zero
Don't make
zero
comments
zero
like that because
percent.
it doesn't sound smart.
No. I'm telling you, you're not going to get 1 out of a billion, are you? It's just 0.0000000%.
Listen, we're not just a trio of pretty faces.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
Yeah. Go.
well, we are. Well, you know.
I know.
Which wife said that about
That's
you?
what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Which one of your wives said that
Which
about
one of the 4?
That's what I'm saying. We're not
Oh, I
just. you know?
see. I
I
see.
didn't say we're not.
No,
We're
because
not
we
just
are.
a
This guy doesn't
trio of
understand
pretty
though. This
faces.
guy, he's still learning
Yeah, I'm
English.
betraying my sleeper cell.
He's writing this legislation that's getting incredible glowing reviews, and he can't speak English. That just shows you how easy this is.
Oh, see, I feel like you have to just
I'm ruining
so-
it. I'm ruining it. Sorry.
No, so it's good. I'm just saying, I'm putting that
No,
update
thank
out there
you.
for the supporters.
That's awesome.
And we come out to our 1-year anniversary. So we'll have our annual report that you can look through and see over 100 media mentions. We've got over 70 donors who have given to Pillar now. Which is,
yeah.
Was it? 70?
Sorry, I was going to say we've had about nearly 100 donations, but you said
yeah.
donors.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. About 100, over 100 media mentions. We're coming up to our 7th select committee submission, oral submission.
5th, I
6th?
think.
Oh, 5th?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just make it 7.
I'm still inflating the numbers.
6
here.
or 7?
Nah, we're honest. We want to be honest. Yeah. Written submissions, two legislations. And we've got our first court case coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to be in
We're
court.
being sued by.
We're not being sued. We're defending Auckland
Hannah
citizens.
Rafferty Clark.
Yeah. We've been done for defamation.
Or Jerry Brownlee. Or something like that.
It's a lawsuit brought by Nancy Liu and Hannah Rafferty Clark.
Co-authored by the CCP.
Undersigned by Tule Wong and the CCP's
I was
funding.
gonna
Mao
say-
Zedong.
Maybe Jerry Brownlee would sponsor our Mr. Whoopi bill.
Yeah,
You
why is that?
He seems like he might support maybe like a traveling massage van instead. but-
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
down for a massage.
Here comes the actual lawsuit.
What,
The man,
what, do people not like massage? Who doesn't like a massage? I like a massage.
I love massages.
Anyone want to give me a massage right now?
Oh, don't say that. Anyway, we're falling off very fast here, so we should wrap
Sorry.
up. But
Just
any
cut
final thoughts
everything I've
from
said,
you, Nick?
You know what? The missile from China, I think, bring it on, China. Like, more people are going to start paying attention. More people are going to start paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
If you
true.
think that it's going to intimidate, it's actually just going to brass off a lot of
Here
people.
we go.
Yeah, you think you're the
I'm
man?
Start
Australia and New
gymming.
Zealand and the Pacific Islands, they're starting to wake up to what you're doing.
Yep. And I've started gymming
Yeah, let's go.
following the missile attack.
Are you going to the
You
gym?
started what?
Gymming, yeah.
So have
Good,
I. I just went to the gym like 2 nights ago.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we're going to stop China.
Whoa, this is amazing.
This
We're
is
really, with you guys in the gym.
We're just going to
Stop
China's
them.
no
we're just
good.
gonna,
China's
we're
not
just
gonna
gonna
be able
bench
to
China, right?
That's
We're going to
right.
outbench
That's
them.
right. That's right.
Oh
I haven't
man.
actually.
No.
I just said that.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I went to a spin class. Just
Wow.
in there.
Okay.
What's that?
It's like a cycle thing.
Oh, sick.
I was with Petty Gow was there, so
Oh, was he now?
we didn't
Must have been
talk.
good.
Did you
we didn't talk.
did he teach you some naughty words?
Why did he say it like that? Why did he say it like that?
Bad words. These
What-
inappropriate.
This guy, hey.
Uh,
Huh? He's the one
Anyway,
that swore, didn't he?
Yeah. Anyway, you drank us off. You drank us off.
Sorry.
Jeepers. Anyway,
we're losing our momentum every time you do that.
Every time I speak.
great job, guys. Looking forward to the next few months. What are we? 4 months away from the election.
Mm.
So it's a long time in politics. 4 months, 5 months, 4 months.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a long time.
7th of November?
A lot could happen.
Mm.
Anything could happen, really. My hopes is that we get some unreal Michael Laws clips. We get some unreal Winston Peters clips.
Yeah. It's going to be entertaining.
We get some hilarious Shane Jones clips. I would like to give one piece of unsolicited advice to the National Party. Stop letting your people, Luxon, Nicola, all them, stop letting them go to these areas that have to wear hard hats and high vis.
Oh, my gosh.
You
And
look
then
like
don't
idiots.
do press conferences from there,
Yeah, don't-
like where you comment on China while wearing this like
Yeah,
ridiculous
hazmat
Smurf
suit, yeah.
suit.
Yeah. Like,
That's so
like
funny.
you look ridiculous. No one believes for a second that that's your natural environment.
See,
Just
I
stand at headquarters.
would have thought that Luxon, like dressed up like that, would probably fit in, right? He doesn't.
He looks like a noob.
Yeah.
He looks like when my kids come out wearing my shoes or my clothes and they're like,
Yeah, he
oh,
does,
look
eh?
at what I'm doing.
He looked like a blue potato.
Stop touching
Did
my
I say
stuff. Yeah, he
Huh?
did.
it? He did.
Yeah.
He looked like a blue potato.
Yeah, and they just look. It makes them look incompetent. Makes them look weird. It's like, yeah, just stop. That's my unsolicited advice. You don't have to pay me for that. Although if you do want to pay me for that,
I'll take it.
happy to receive. But Arian, over to you.
Yeah, well, look, you've all said the final words. My final words is continue watching the World Cup. Yesterday we had an incredible game.
Who was that? yesterday?
Argentina versus Egypt. So
How
I'm
come
wearing my
Argentina's
Argentina-
being called VAR Argentina?
Because the communists just hate the fact that up until the 80th minute,
Yeah.
Argentina was down 2-0,
Yeah,
and then they came back and won 3-2.
until the 80th minute. So in 10 minutes.
In about 30 with like 3-4 minutes of extra time, and about 13 minutes they scored 3 goals.
That was Messi.
Messi scored 1, a couple of others scored some others,
Uh-huh.
and people just hate them. And all these people say it's because Egypt is a Muslim nation and they're white supremacists and they hate us. That's why we lost, which is not true. They just are not good enough. They should be proud of themselves for the football they played.
Didn't
but
all the Nazis
Give it
flee
up.
to
Yeah.
Argentina?
Yep.
Yeah. So there you
No
go.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that up, brother. I'm pretty sure there's villages in Argentina that speak
comment.
German.
There
Anyway,
are. There are.
Yeah. Anyway, anyone in Argentina listening to this, look, fly me out. Thank you all for listening. This has been a great podcast. I've enjoyed it. Some of the things I said were jokes. You can ask me about those later. I'll confirm which ones were
Carry
jokes. Thank you for watching and listening. Stay in touch. Stay in tune. We'll see you soon.
we'll see
Goodbye.
you soon. Goodbye,
Goodbay.
everybody.
Adios.
Goodbye.
As they say in
Bye,
Argentina.
Messi, if you're listening to this. I love you. I don't know.
I want Ronaldo and Portugal to win.
Well, they're out.
Yeah,
I think
they're
now.
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, mate.
See, I'm not even keeping up.
Then Ronaldo was like, "What even is the World Cup?"
Is Spain still in?
Yep, they're still in.
I want
Yeah,
Spain
they
to win.
beat Portugal.